Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Northern Beaches #1 podcast. Bringing in 2024, you've got Zach and Elliot here on the mics again.
Hello.
Hello again. We have just had a very exciting day yesterday.
Big day. Huge day. Big tour, guys.
Big whip tour. So we've got an amazing 2 episodes coming over the next 2 weeks. One was with Cam Webb, co-owner of Empire Muay Thai, ex-professional fighter. Filmed it in the gym. That was a pretty fun one.
Yeah, that was good. And we're going to go back one time for a sparring challenge with him.
Yeah, definitely.
Jim looks mad. Legend of a bloke. Good to know he's stopped doing steroids to minors.
We should have brought that up.
Yeah, we should have.
That was a bit hectic in his own gym.
I don't want to disrespect him in his own gym. But now that I can be a camera warrior, keyboard warrior, I feel fine. I can talk shit. So, no, he was a legend of a bloke.
And then the second one, we went on a massive road trip, a lot further than we thought it was. We headed all the way to, as Brenton said, Cronullafornia.
Cronullafornia, yeah.
So we had Brenton Parks on the episode that straight after camp, so that'll come out in about 2 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks.
2 weeks now. And so he was on Big Brother, launching his own Netflix show.
Yeah, his own TV series. He's starring in a couple of things. Big religious guy.
It was a really nice conversation. We talked actually not just about career and TV, but a lot about religion, and it was nice hearing another person's perspective, someone that could articulate it a lot better than myself.
Yeah, no, it was good. I definitely learnt a lot as to why people feel certain ways. Look, religion isn't for me. I like being the master of my own destiny, but I understand. And if it fucking works for you, it works for you.
But yeah, so that was a really fun drive out. Hour 10.
Hour 10, yeah, big Cronullafornia.
Stopped at Macca's on the way. Dennis Dookie did not give us free Macca's,
No.
even though he always says come in and you will.
Yeah, big lad down there. Not going the big lift for the whip, but I'll remember it.
Well, maybe Dennis should get a promotion if his boss is listening. He didn't give us free food.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
But So besides doing the big whip tour of yesterday, we've just all survived the Christmas period and New Year's Eve period as well.
Yeah, New Year's was, I headed up to Byron Bay. So I just did, do you want to talk about mine first and do yours? Or you want to do yours?
Yeah, so Elliot went to Byron because mine's less eventful.
Yeah, okay, so I went up to Byron, did a week, so I did 2 nights in Crescent Head. Things started off rough. The car didn't start in the morning.
That was hilarious. I woke up at like 8 a.m. to Elliot calling me, being like, the car's not starting, is your brother around? My brother was in the Whit Sundays, so no.
So we we called around everywhere, ended up having to get a hire car from Newcastle. And so we gassed it up, had to get to Newey by 1 p.m. to get it. And got up there, got in the car, was good, everything was fine. Drive up, get to Crescent Head, about 4 hours from Newey. Get to Crescent Head, and we couldn't find the campsite, and no one at the campsite had reception. So we spent another hour driving around before finally getting through to someone who had reception. Found the campsite. It was scat as fuck after a full day driving.
And getting a hire car.
And the stress. And then, getting there. So we stayed at Melaleuca campsite in Crescent Head. If you've been there, there's no showers, it's a drop toilet, but it's on the beach, so you just, go to the beach in the morning. So went there, had a few wines around the fire, nothing too eventful. Then the next day, big fan of beach driving, so we did beach driving, because you can drive on all the beaches up there if you have the permit. So we went driving on the beach, literally just sat on the beach all day, just kind of preparing myself for the week ahead at Byron. Just literally sat on the beach. Had some dolphins come past, so we tried to swim with, but dolphins are quick motherfuckers. So that was beautiful, just kicked the feet up. Then it started pouring. So we were a bit of a rainy camping, but camping was my favourite part of the trip. Which will sound surprising, but I do love the camping, and I do love Crescent Head. So yeah, from there, did another 3 hours up to Byron. Got to Byron, got to the house. It was a weird house. Like, we expected it to be on this big farm. And
was it not?
Airbnb hosts kind of like, they didn't lie to us, but they also like created a
misconception
about what it was. So we get there, and it's like, it's all fine. First night, New Year's Eve, we end up having a boys' night. So we all go out, go to piano bar.
So when they says a boys' night, so they've gone on a trip with their girlfriends, and then they decide halfway through the prees, so you guys can't come, this is a boys' night.
No, it wasn't our idea. It wasn't our idea. They wanted to have a girl sing at the house, and we were like, fuck it, we'll go out then. Like, so we went out to the Great Northern, which is the piano bar, which we have been to before. Honestly, one of my favourite pubs. Like, vibes are so good. Like, playing piano, playing classics, everyone's sitting around singing. Actually saw a few people from the Northern Beaches who were up for New Year's there. So we're all singing, carrying on. And then a couple of the boys wheeled some girls, so us relationship boys were like, well, how do we get out of here? So we left around midnight, went home, and shout out to the girls, they were all drunk at home.
Not the girls that wheeled, the girls that were...
No. All like Ellen and all the girlfriends and stuff back at the house. So went back the first night, and then I was probably in bed by like... That was probably the latest night I had. I was in bed by like 4. So it could be better, it could be worse. Then the next day was New Year's Eve. Just stayed, basically, we had shit weather in Byron. Like, literally rained every fucking day. I swear it always rains at New Year's. Like,
yeah.
Every fucking year. So, had shit weather. So just literally stayed around the house recovering. New Year's came along, just partying at the house. We had a spa and everything, so we literally just like partying at the house. And all that New Year's came, had the New Year's kiss, bringing the New Year with your mates. What's the song called? Dancing in the Moonlight was the song that brought on the New Year. Everyone having a fucking great time. And then, yeah, the rest of the trip, like New Year's Day, obviously recovery. Went to Lennox Head for breakfast with the missus. I was like,
oh, nice.
Got to put in a bit of missus time. Shout out to Rise Cafe, Lennox Head, and I'm going to clip this and share this on our Insta. Big shout out to Rise Cafe. Their scrambled chili eggs, if you ever find yourself in Lennox Head, visit Rise Cafe and get the scrambled chili eggs. It's good enough to bring Jesus back from the dead. Like, in the spirit of religion, it is the best fucking breakfast I've ever had.
Out of 10?
10.
What meal did you get? So you got...
chili scrambled eggs with an iced oat latte. That's all you need. It fills you up, gets you through. Honestly, it was the only meal I had during the day.
Price?
Reasonable, $18.
Yeah, nice.
Which is pretty good.
Including the coffee?
No. Coffee was an extra $4.
Yeah, standard.
Yeah, but, you know, $22 for a breakfast, that's cheap these days.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, especially, like, cheaper. Because, like, you're in a holiday destination. And then literally the rest of the time was just stayed at the house, went out a couple of times, went to the beach club. Do you remember the beach club?
Yeah, I remember the beach club. That's what I was trying to remember the other day, what it was called.
Yeah, the beach club. Saw Dom Dollar. At the beach club. Yeah, he was...
Was he playing or he's just
No, he was just hanging out, having beers with his mates. I didn't get to talk to him. I actually didn't arrive yet. But when I came in, he was like leaving. So did that. Yeah, that was fucking Byron Bays. But it was so packed, but like...
Way more packed than we went last time.
Yeah, see, last time we went, we were staying on... Like this time we're on the complete opposite end of town. So at least when we went, we didn't have to drive through the highway to like get in, like the main road. Dude, the traffic was fucking a nightmare.
Oh, so driving was just not a thing?
No, like, that's why we kind of hardly went into town. Like, we were just so far out, and like, literally be waiting half an hour to get into like the main street every day. Ugh. Like, it was a jokes. Like, it was so fucking packed. Yeah, and obviously had shit weather, so when we were at Crescent we had beast weather. So, yeah, a few boys went to the Goldie for a day. I kind of hung around Byron, went to Lennox, went to Ballina. So it was good. I kind of kicked my feet. It wasn't as crazy as of my previous year's New Year's, but I still had a fair rip. And then did a lot of relaxing, and then 8-hour drive home straight in cruise control. I had to leave at 5 a.m. to get the car back by 1.
Oh.
So yeah, I went the big lift, but overall it's good to be back to work on Monday though. But I had a lot of fun. It was a good trip.
Back on the tools,
mate. Good trip.
Yeah, it sounds good. What was the worst part?
Weather.
Yeah, weather, just cramping everything.
Weather, yeah. But yeah, there was a couple of days after New Year's where like we kind of were forced to be around the house unless like I went out for drives and brekkie and stuff, but like I couldn't go exploring in Byron. Do you know what I mean?
Was the house big?
Yeah, it fit
There's
everyone.
enough room, okay, so
Fit everyone. It was more the land we were on. You know what I mean? Like, we thought, like, there were neighbours one night. We were listening to some tech and everyone was, like, holding the roof up, like, literally doing that. And this fucking neighbour comes over and rages at us, like, starts screaming at us, and we, like, didn't even know they were there. We were like, we thought we booked the whole place, like, sorry.
Yeah, right, so that kind of ruined it as well.
Yeah, like, that ruined that night, so everyone was in bed, everyone was, like, a bit rattled. And also, we just don't want to piss off the neighbours, so, yeah, fuck Airbnb, essentially, like, people just basically lying on it.
Would you go back to that place to stay?
No.
Would you roast them on the podcast?
Yeah, I am right now.
Oh, yeah.
The Purple House in Byron, if I figured out the name, fucking do not stay. If you're ever looking at Byron, looking to book somewhere, and the place is all purple, and it looks like it's on a farm, it's not on a farm. It's a big lie.
Out of 10?
The house?
Yeah. Or just the property was nice, but just the deception was a big drawback, I'm guessing.
Yeah, like the house sucked. Like, no, it didn't suck. Like, obviously I had so much fun, but it was like really dark. Like, it wasn't the nicest Airbnb, like, at all. But it fit everyone, that's what counts.
Was it better than the house we went to last time?
Well, yeah, because everyone had somewhere to sleep in this one.
Yeah, that was right.
Yeah.
Me and you were and Jacob were on the lounge room. I slept
Yeah.
on that cane chair.
Yeah, I slept on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, and I had a spa, but it was so hot we didn't need the spa.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So, the first place we were going to book had a fucking pool, which would have been way better. Like, literally like, I feel like these days, for me, unless it's in, like, having a pool or something, or like you need an activities area.
Yeah,
and I just didn't really have that. So, just so you feel like you're having a break from the house. You know what I mean? And obviously over New Year's, like, being around, like, being hungover every day, obviously isn't that fun. And the scat weather. So the weather definitely dampened, no pun intended, the trip. But it's still like a fucking amazing trip. But I'm done with Byron for a while.
Yeah, I feel like last time I went, I was done with it. I was like, this is enough.
Do you find it kind of overrated?
Yeah, 100%. If you're not a surfer,
Yes, agreed. Yeah, if you don't surf.
if you don't surf or if you don't play folk music, it's not really a vibe.
Yeah, no, yeah, there's so many.
Or it's like
trips
2
up
nights
there.
and you're done and done.
Yeah, I feel like a weekend up there's sweet. Like, if
Maybe
you're-
an extended weekend. Like,
yeah, like a long weekend.
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd
like,
be perfect.
I was there for like 6 days.
Yeah,
so I was kind of like,
when we went last time, that was a bit long.
how long did we go for? 5?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so same thing. I prefer going down south anyway. It's more chill, the houses are better and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
The Byron Bay's a fucking rip-off. Like, absolute rip-off.
Yeah, you're literally paying for the name these days just to tell people you're going to buy it.
100%. Oh, you're better off driving an extra hour and going to the Goldie, in my opinion.
Sometimes.
It depends what you're doing. Depends what you want. For a New Year's.
Maybe. Well, you just rip surfers.
Yeah.
Scattered.
Rips, or even Brizzy's good for a rip as well. Brizzy's getting better. But yeah, that was my New Year's. Crescent Head is fucking awesome. But
So highly recommend Crescent Head and not Byron for New Year's next year.
well, definitely not. I don't recommend Byron. Like, I had such a good time, but it was more because the people I was with rather than the place,
Yeah,
which is what New Year's comes down to. You know what I mean? Unless you're going on a trip with just your missus.
Yeah, for sure.
But I reckon next New Year's, I'm probably going to try and do Japan.
Yeah, nice.
So, like, how was your New Year's, mate?
Well, we stayed local, and I think it was a really good decision this year.
Were you local last year? Because last year I was, and I hated it, so it's interesting you say that.
Can't even remember what we did. Yeah, I was. Definitely was. Like, I don't remember what we did at night, but we went to field day last year.
Ah, okay. No, I like going away for New Year's, but I understand why, like...
Well, it was good just to save money.
Yeah,
So, and I'd also just come back from a trip to Wollongong with Millie.
Yeah.
And then went straight into New Year's. And we went over to B-Hag's place, had a few beers, then we went to Neutral Bay. Our marketing director, Tom, came up with this brilliant idea to play soccer with Edward 40 Hands. So everyone had 2 drinks taped to their hands, and we played soccer in the oval down
that's
from their
fucking
house.
funny, yeah.
That was wild. Unfortunately, I couldn't play, so I was just there rinsing the film camera, getting as many doshes as I could. I had like fucked my neck from the bull rush.
Yeah. So did I. Fuck, we're going to have to do a bull rush episode.
Yeah, a little recap.
Yeah.
And then went from there. So Oscar, who came on the podcast one time,
Yeah.
his grandparents have this absolutely awesome property on Neutral Bay that looks out over to the bridge.
Oh, fuck.
So-
Were they there?
Yeah, so a small group of us went through, stayed there. It was funny because a few of the boys had like a new girlfriend or a girl they were seeing. And so it was just really fun, like on the walks or when you found yourself in a one-on-one conversation, just to tell them like how amazing they were.
Yeah,
So
very well advised.
one of the boys comes up to me after and he's like, "You motherfucker." So the girl just come up to me and asked me, he's like, "I heard you save Zach's life." He was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, I heard he tried to kill himself and throw himself into a fire and you grabbed him and stopped him."
Oh my god.
I was like, "Oh, true, that was one of my more creative spiels."
Yeah. So you were just capping.
Just ultimate wingman.
Yeah, just wingman. Just absolute wingman.
And
yeah,
then
he saved a family of 4 from a burning train.
Well, that's what Jacob said. Whatever.
Let's go.
And then he's not going to watch it.
No.
And then so he was like, yeah. He was telling Millie, he was like, yes, so I saved Zach from killing himself, but it was actually because he was trying to save some burning children from a burning house.
God.
So that was funny, and we had great chats with Oscar's grandparents, again, just like gassing Oscar up, like saying how proud we were.
Yeah, of course. Of course. You're going to do that around the rellos.
But yeah, it was super fun, nice and easy. We all decided to bounce at like 1.
That's pretty good.
Ubers though,
$100.
disgusting. So Jacob was going like 1 kilometre down the road, $40.
Yeah.
And then us to go back to Brookvale was $100.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not
From Neutral
shocked.
Bay, wild.
Not shocked.
Our friend Alex had a really, really shit night as well.
We'll have to get him on and talk about it. Yeah.
It just involves going to Glebe, going to cost a $250 Uber. Instead walks a Wynyard in the pouring rain.
I'm guessing someone pulled out.
Huh?
I'm guessing something happened with the girl.
Nah, he just thought he'd go to a party and then it wasn't a party that he was expecting.
Oh, Jesus.
So the party was more like a social gather.
Okay, that sucks. That's a quick New Year's recap. Anything else?
No, but super excited for this year. We're going to hit that 1,000 followers.
Yeah, we are.
And again, shout out to Cracked It Designs, wearing their shirts, get their merch.
Yeah.
And launching, hopefully, 2 of our own products this year.
Yeah, we need to get the first one out.
Yeah, I'll sort that over these next 2 weeks. I'm going in for surgery.
Yeah,
So we've got banked up episodes.
Zach's going to be on admin duty the next 2 weeks.
It's going to be dope.
Alright, thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe.
We'll see you on the next one.
Flex, check, flex, check, flex, check. Diamonds in my fangs, flex, check, flex, check, flex, check, flex, check.